hoping for. So oyster number 1. That's just part of the shell there. So light pop there. There's no pals on that side. Hoping for a grass green or a pickle green. Oh, I love that we've named it pickle green. Okay, so first oyster, there's 1 pearl in there, and he looks like a blush. Actually, slightly in between a blush and a candy floss pink. Okay, so blush and candy floss pink, sort of in between the two. Oyster number 2. Light pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. You are quadding 4 pearls in your second oyster, my lovely. And you do have a grass green here. So to start with, you've got a raspberry, a autumn peach, a bridal white, and a grass green. So raspberry, autumn peach, bridal white, and a grass green. Your next oyster. Oh! That literally just, look, can you see this? Ready? Look here. I don't know if you can see, it's squirting. I squeezed it, it squirted all the way outwards. Everywhere. Did you? I went everywhere. Everywhere. Did anyone see that? Or is it just me? Oh my gosh. It's going to be juicy. Gosh. Okay, so there's your mother of pearl. Oh, I can feel. Yeah, it is a juicy one. Okay, so you have triples. Okay, so we've got a watermelon, a bridal white, and then a blush pink. So we can definitely see that this one's darker than the blush pink down there. Moving on to your next oyster, Mackenzie. Oh, double pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. And it looks like you've got a darker Mystic Purple. So I'm going to pop this one at the top with the other single pearl, okay? So if you can see what I mean, it's in between a Mystic Purple and a Blurple, but it's so hard to colour these new oysters because those can be so similar. I'm actually going to change it to being a Blurple, so it does have that purple, more purple tone, Mackenzie, but he does have that bluey tone as well, so he is a darker Blurple, okay, at the top there. Three oysters to go. So sharp pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Oh, and we've got a darker pearl. There's no more in that one. And you've got a forest green. Then your next oyster. Lights pop there again. And there's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so you've got a pickle green. Oh, is it? Yeah, he is a pickle green. You've got a denim blue, a cream, and a sort of natural coloured lavendery colour. So it's like a dark lavender, but because it's the natural colour, it's not like purple, it's like that pinky purple natural lavender colour. I hope that makes sense. Now I am going to go through all of the colours again for you in a moment, Mackenzie, but let's do this one first. So your last oyster, light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Oh. Okay, there's no more in that one. And you are twinning. And you're twinning with oh, one looks more raspberry and one looks more watermelon. So you can see at the bottom, one does have more of a raspberry tone, one's more of a watermelon tone. So from the top, you've got that sort of candy pink, blurple, and then a forest green. Then raspberry, autumn peach, bridal white, and a grass green. Watermelon, bridal white, blush pink. Then you've got a pickle green, denim blue, cream, natural lavender, and then twinning watermelon and raspberry. Mackenzie, I'm going to start running them through the board, but let me know, what do you think to these? If you're happy with all of these, they are yours. If you're not, we can swap them for colours of your choice. From the top, the pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Blurple is not a 5, not a 5.5, he's a runaway. He's a 6. The forest green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Raspberry is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Autumn peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Bridal white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. And the grass green is not a 5, not a 5.5, he is a 6. Watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Bridal white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. The pickle green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Denim blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Cream is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the natural lavender is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And then with the twins, the more raspberry of the two is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Mackenzie, what do you think to all of these? Swap out the bridal white and the autumn peach for tidal blues and have them made into studs. Okay. Tidal blue. Now when you say tidal blue, we've got tidal green or petrol blue. I'm going to go for tidal green, but if it's petrol blue, then that's fine, just shout out. Petrol blue. Are you okay, Bab? You doing some weird... What are you doing behind me?
That's for me to know and you to worry about.
Apparently we argue like we're an old married couple. Not argue, bicker. Not even bicker. Not even bicker. Talk.
You talk.
Converse. Communication. So I'm just finding you a matching... Oh, those two. Matching pair. I can't seem to find two. I think these two are the closest I've got. Let me show you those. Okay, so those two on studs if you're happy with those. And then if so, with the rest of the pearls, are there